Good morning. It is Friday. Don't tell anybody. It's Friday all day today. Yay. If your weekend starts tonight, get in. I'm really happy for you. It's kind of fine outside. There's not too many, there's a few clouds around, but it's quite dry, which is great. Welcome to your Lockdown Live number 19. My name is Kevin Guthrie, local psychotherapist and coach. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I wanted to talk about anger. So yesterday we talked about anxiety and worry and stress. And today I want to look at anger because it's another major emotion at the minute. And again, so a lot of these themes are kind of taken from my experience in the work that I do and also from the world around me. It's just what I experience. And so the reason that I picked anger is because there feels like there's a lot of frustration around. It just feels like there's a lot of frustration. And frustration, think about a continuum where we have anger here, and actually there's something above anger called a red mist. Then we have anger, and then we have frustration, and then we have annoyed, and then a little annoyed, and it just keeps going down. So actually frustration and anger they're on the same continuum, they're just at different levels, okay? But I wanted to talk a little bit about anger and how we manage it, because quite often with anger we can be frightened of it. Firstly, we get frightened of our own anger, so therefore we step away from it instead of stepping in and doing something action based on it. And the downside of carrying anger, whenever I see somebody that is really angry, I always really worry for them, because I just think that is doing a lot of damage to your system, carrying that energy in there all the time. And there are some really angry people in the world, and at the minute right now there's more and more angry and frustrated people, more frustrated than angry. Just really quickly, welcome to Home Radio listeners and viewers on Facebook. If you're not listening to Home Radio, you can catch Home Radio on DAB Digital Radio, or you can enable your Alexa. I got it, I remembered. So what can anger do to us physically? Risk of stroke, risk of heart attack, weakens the immune system. Just really quickly, I didn't mention this yesterday, but when we think about worry, stress, and anxiety, they all weaken the immune system. And I find it quite bizarre that we would be overly worried about, I don't know, maybe catching a virus, and the worry is detrimental to our immune system. So if ever you wanted a reason not to be angry or frustrated or stressed or anxious, there's your reason, because it does definitely weaken the immune system. What else does anger do? It makes anxiety worse because it's an energy. I'm going to talk about the energy in a minute. It can hurt our lungs, and it can shorten life. It's just a really, really unhealthy emotion to have. And again, quite often as children, we don't get taught how to manage anger very well. So what happens is I don't know, we get angry as children, and then our parents go, I don't want to see that kind of anger in my house. And then actually it's a really natural emotion. So sometimes it's not being handled very well. Anger for me is it's like an energy. It's like an energy that comes from me and it races through the body. If you're angry or frustrated, the first thing I'd say to you is try and burn the energy off. You are never going to say anything rational through the energy of anger. It's never going to happen. So if you're feeling angry or frustrated, then the first thing I'd say to you is please go and burn it off somehow. Go for a run, go for a long walk, do some sort of exercise, do a HIIT workout, go on a bike, and just going for a long walk. And when I say a long walk, I mean like an hour, 2 hour walking. Burn the energy off somehow, because then it reduces the energy inside, reduces the anger, and then allows you more accessibility to your rational mind. Okay, so remember that part. Anger is an energy, and we have to burn it off. The other thing we can do with anger is talk about it. Let's not be the pot that boils over. Because you've got a pot of boiling water, and it's just simmering away and it's simmering away and it's all really nice, and then all of a sudden something comes and plops itself in, and all of a sudden the water's everywhere. Anger builds, and life will constantly throw at us different things. It just does. It throws. Life can be difficult. One of the most profound things I ever read was life can be difficult. It gets a whole lot easier when we accept that it can be difficult. If we fight life and its difficulties by getting a flat tire, by all manner of things happen on a day-to-day basis, the internet goes down, the kids can't get onto a Zoom call, and it like builds and it builds and it builds and it builds, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, burn it off, burn it off. If you get halfway through the day and all of a sudden you're at home with the kids and a post-it note just fell off, and you're at home with the kids and you feel yourself all getting frustrated, then get outside. Go outside. No, I talk about that a lot, but just go outside and walk a little bit and engage with nature again and just simmer, bring everything back down. So yeah, talk about it, write the emotions down. If you can't talk about it to the person you want to talk about it because you know it's going to cause more frustration or friction, then write it down. Do yourself a little journal or just spidergram it. I was talking about that the other night. So yeah, anger, but what we don't do is don't let it build up. We don't let it build up because then it becomes really, really unhealthy for us, okay? And remember as well, if we're angry at somebody else, chances are they're just getting on with their life. If we are angry at them, then they are probably not affected by our anger at all. When we get angry and frustrated, it hurts us. It's like it's all in here. It's in our system. And I don't want that. I don't want to see you angry or frustrated and damaging your own system, because there are ways that you can manage that. Action for Happiness calendar today. It's a really interesting one. I like it, but it is really interesting. I was trying desperately to think of a way that you could do this, and I couldn't. So if you think of one, please message me in and enlighten me. Action for Happiness calendar. Use one of your personal strengths in a new way. So we think about our personal strengths. So I don't know. One of your personal strengths could be that you're thoughtful, and you're normally thoughtful because you do X, Y, and Z. Then do something across here. So use that kindness in a different way. Or it could be that you're empathic, or that you're a good listener. So if you're a good listener, then be a good listener to somebody else and not through your normal crew. So I really like it because it kind of, again, it pushes us out of our boundaries a little bit. So use one of your personal strengths in a new way, okay? And if you come up with any ideas and you do recognize how you've used your personal strengths in a new way, then message me in. I'd really like to hear about that. I think that'd be really interesting. Perhaps message it onto the feed, or you can private message me if you want to. I'm going to go in a minute. We have our last lockdown live tomorrow, which is Saturday. Tomorrow is on compassion. Self-compassion, because there's not a lot of self-compassion around at the minute, and there is a lot of compassion fatigue around right now. We are also going to look deeper into the eyes of compassion next Wednesday on my live there. That's it. It's Friday. If you have a takeaway tonight, I'm really happy for you. That's amazing. I think we might do the same, actually. And I wish you a wonderful, if you're not going to tune in tomorrow morning, then I wish you a wonderful weekend. But we are back tomorrow morning at 8:15. Okay, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Please share this feed if you think it would be helpful to anybody else. Take care. Bye-bye.